Hey sunshine, it is 5:35 San Antonio Central Time. Your daughter Mika just sent me a wonderful text message through WhatsApp, and she told me that your surgery was completed, you're in pain, and I am so very grateful for the update. Thrilled to know that you're out of that situation and now you're in recovery. So big blessings. Today's a day for blessings. So I just left the hospital and my father is slowly coming out of this medically induced coma. He's still considered critically ill, and they're going to actually pull a tooth from his mouth because he has an infection that's there. We ran an exam, but he's hearing us and responding. I have such mixed feelings because on one hand, I don't want him to be suffering in a big way. And on the flip side, it would be wonderful and delightful if we could communicate with him, even though he has these big health issues that he is battling, including kidney damage. You're gonna love the story, by the way. So this gentleman walks in. He's a doctor, right? And I look at him and I'm like, I know you. I used to do business with you. And he said, oh yes, I used to buy jewelry from you when you had your store in the Colonnade. He says, I was thinking about you the other day because I had to buy a piece of jewelry. I used to buy from you when I was married, and I had a new person in my life, and I was thinking about you literally 3 days ago, and we talked about me being out of the business for 15 years, and he's helping my father. My father has a form of rare blood cancer, and he's been dealing with that for a few years now. It seems to be something manageable and not out of control like his diabetes. And so he walks into, and I tell him about my mother's space where she sells jewelry, and he took a picture of her address, and so he walks out into the hallway and he says, look, he says, this is a small world, Luxor Jewelers. He remembered my company name, Dr. David Hale. So what a world, right? What a single world. What a crazy world to be running into a former client who's taking care of my father right now. So my youngest daughter is with my father and my mom and my niece and my brother. They're over there. So I just stepped out. I had to work on a file right now. And I've just been so mentally tired from just all the ups and downs over the past few days, having to do with not only my father, but I don't know, just feeling very lethargic. Maybe it has to do with me not going to my exercise classes on 3 separate occasions due to all of these priorities in life. And I can sense how it just makes your muscles feel lighter or something along those lines, right? You know what I mean? So I'm just here again. Wanted to say congratulations on your surgery. I presume going well, and I'm just so touched that your daughter Mika was able to send me a message, and I just responded. And I just thought I'm going to send you this little video to give you an update about my father's situation right now. So part of me feels that he's going to be in a rehab, but the other part of me is thinking, he's so critically ill. He's got so many different health issues going on that I don't know how he's going to pull this through. I hope he does, right? Like, I hope he pulls through this thing. But one has to ask, good Lord, if they're pumping you up with drugs all the time to get your blood pressure down, they're shooting you up with insulin because your numbers are up, that's a tough way to live, because at some point all these things are going to start breaking down your body. So thy kingdom come, thy will be done. May God help him in the way he can be helped. That's my big thing. I don't want him to just live a miserable post ICU visit, because that's not what God wants for us, in my opinion. He wants us to flourish. He wants us to be happy. But boy, I tell you, those health conditions when you're critically ill can really break you down. So I asked the nurse, what do you think is his long-term prognosis? And he said, the fact that your father was alert and cognizant and he could answer questions before he was put to sleep. I have seen situations when they come out, they're fully alive. They're critically ill, of course, but you know, you can communicate with them and they have this will to live. There's a spirit there. He said in many cases the patients will come, they're not responsive, there's no life in them, right? But the brain function is dead. And not dead, but you know what I mean. So the family has to ask, if we bring his body back, his mind is not there. So this is not a very hopeful thing. Now my father's in the opposite arena. That brain is fully alive. It's fully there. But these health issues are just creeping up on him. Infection after infection and blood pressure and blood sugar count going crazy. And in his blood cancer situation, they may have to put him on a low level of chemo. So that's where we're at. And I'm just cautiously optimistic, hoping for the best, praying for the best, and just thinking, what does God have in store for him next? Because he only knows, right? All right, sunshine, congratulations again. I know this pain sucks. That too shall pass. It always does. It always does. But a new life awaits you. A new life of mobility, no pain, God willing, and the ability to enjoy your 60s now, huh? Hot and sexy. Hot and sexy 60. I need to come up with a name, like sexy 60, 60 sexy, sassy, sexy, and 60. Oh, I like that. Sassy, not making a judgment call, but you know what I mean, right? Sassy, sexy, and 60. What about sassy, sexy, juicy, and sexy, and 60? No, that's not working. Sassy, I like sassy. I don't know why. It's just a spirit, right? Because you ain't sassy, but you got a little sass. You got a little, you know. Sassy, sexy. I don't like juicy anymore. There's got to be one more. You know, I love S's. Sassy, sexy, suave, and 60. Ooh, I like that, you know, suave. She's got that suave going on. Sassy, sexy, suave, and 60. Aging like fine wine. I'm not good at that, right? But I need to work on that because that could be a good thing on a bag. A very good thing on a bag. Let me see if I can remember it. Sassy, sexy, suave, and 60. There you go, right there. I'm gonna make $1 million off that. I'll give you a little percentage, right? Help with expenses. Ciao.